All right. I just finished my cereal. I was trying to rush finishing my cereal so I can get started with our live stream this morning. I had bought some cereal at SNR. I got the Fit brand and granola. I like to mix that together, and then I added some berries to it. And we don't get many berries here in Aklan province. So when I go to SNR, I pick up like the frozen berries. They have a frozen berry section. Hey Danny, what's up? What's up? Yeah, good to be home. Good to be home, Danny. It was a nice trip. It was like awesome. For Dazel and I, it was a nice getaway, and we got to hang out with our good friend Tony. Uh, he left the same day we left to come back to Aklan province. He's headed to Istanbul, Turkey, after he left the Philippines. He's just traveling. He's enjoying his life. It's just going to different countries. Checking out the Philippines. It was his first trip to Iloilo City, and he was really impressed with the Iloilo City. And I know he'll be back. That's what he said. He'll be back in Iloilo City. That's why I always recommend Iloilo City. That's why with Tony, he got the idea of Iloilo City from our videos, watching our videos, because to me, it's just the best city here in the Philippines. Iloilo City just got so much to offer, being very clean, the cleanest city in the Philippines. From the videos you saw, sidewalks are wide. They have handicap access on the sidewalks. I mean, that's rare to find here in the Philippines. You can actually really get around. You just don't feel congested. And one thing, the big difference, even Tony mentioned this to me during his visit, and I knew this, but sometimes I need people to remind me, is the taxis. The taxis in Iloilo City, they are the friendliest taxi drivers that you will meet here in the Philippines. Honest, these people aren't trying to scam you or rip you off. Unlike if you go to like the bigger cities like Manila, every time I ride a taxi in Manila, I feel like I'm getting ripped off, because when I'm there, I actually try to use Grab. That's the preferred method for me when I go to Manila. Very rare do I go to Manila. I just don't like the city. I'm not a fan of Manila at all. And I grew up there. I was born and raised in Manila. It's just Manila to me is just too rough. It's like too many angry people. I think it's just like everybody's honking their horn all the time. You hear a lot of yelling. It's just not a fun place. Unlike in Ilo City, if you go to Iloilo City, the people are friendly. You can walk on the streets. My good friend Frederick, we got to see him again in Iloilo City. He from his condominium at the Palladium, he can walk everywhere. He walks to get his barber. He went to get a shave with his barber. He can walk to his daily carinderia, about a 5-10 minute walk from his condominium, get a fresh breakfast, and it's just a friendly environment in Iloilo City. You get the vibe. The Ilonggos, they are known here in the Philippines for being one of the friendliest, kindest, best people here in the Philippines. And I think if you go to Iloilo City and you meet an Ilonggo, you'll know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Raymond, hey Raymond, my friend, are you in Roa City now, man? Let me see. Good morning, Gino. Do you need anything here from Luzon before I see you? Oh, you're still in Luzon. Let me think about that, Raymond. Let me think about that. I can't really think offhand, but I'll message you. I got you on my WhatsApp, man. So Raymond's coming here. I think he's headed to Rojas City first, and then on Monday he's gonna visit me here in Calibo. So he's gonna take the bus from Rojas City, and then I'll pick him up at the Series bus station in Calibo. Looking forward to meeting you for the first time. This is gonna be good. Man, I love meeting our subscribers, friends that we met on our YouTube channel for the first time. It's exciting for me too when I meet people that I talk to. Sometimes I've been talking to people for a couple of years, and finally they're coming to the Philippines to visit Dazel and I here in Calibo or in Boracay. I can also meet people in Boracay because I love going to Boracay. I can go to Boracay anytime. If somebody messages me and wants to meet me in Boracay, I'm on my car. I just love Boracay is just my happy place. It's like I have a good time every time I go to Boracay. Ray, are we going to see the Christmas party at school? Danny, I'll try to film the Chris. Actually, it's already set. The date is set for December 18th. And it was good that they set a date finally because, that's how they roll here in the province. Everything kind of moves at a slow pace here in the province. Island time, I keep telling people because now that I know the date, I already ordered. So far, I ordered 75 Jollibee meals. Thanks to donations from Ray, donations from Horace and Marie. So I'm using that money to buy the 75 Jollibee, and then I'm hoping to go to Mr. DIY or maybe Foos in Calibo and just find a little present for the kids to wrap, because you never know, man. Some kids here, they might not get a present this Christmas. So, I just want to make sure at least they got something to open. And the kids are super excited about the Jollibee because I had to ask the teachers, each of the classroom, like so far, we're buying Jollibee for Leanna's fifth grade classroom, last year's classroom, Mom Aline. So I had to get a count from her, how many kids, and then Leanna's class right now in the sixth grade, Mom Tafala's class. So they happen to just tell the kids, the teachers are excited too of the Jollibee because, from what I could tell is a lot of their Christmas party normally the parents kind of just do a potluck. It's like the parents bring like puto, snacks for the kids. Jollibee is a big here for kids, because the Jollibee here in Aklan province is only in Calibo. There's 17 municipalities here, 17 towns. Calibo is the only place that has Jollibee. The 16 other municipalities like Numancia, we don't have a Jollibee. So it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of the kids in Numancia, a lot of kids, Leanna's classmates, they don't get to eat Jollibee. This might be the only chance of the year that they get to eat Jollibee. That's why it's a big deal. I know it's a big deal because when the kids saw me yesterday, they're like thanking me. I was like surprised because the teacher had told them that they're getting Jollibee for their Christmas party. So they're excited. They're excited for their Christmas party. And I'll try to film, I'll try to film at least a little bit of it. I'll try to film a couple of the classrooms with the Jollibee party. Raquel McCoy, good morning, guys. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Dazzles is still asleep. We've been tired. It's like the trip to Iloilo. We actually made it to Bacolod, even Bacolod City. We went on the 2-hour ferry to Bacolod City. I drove, the driving. Just, when we went to Iloilo City, we met Tony. We were really happy that we got to hang around with Tony, got to show him around Iloilo. And then we met subscribers too. There's other subscribers that wanted to meet us. So, you know, I try to meet whoever wants to meet us. You know, I try to make an effort. Like Madison and his girlfriend Jen. You know, I met them at Starbucks, and then it was just Madison's only been here like a few weeks. You know, he's not maybe going on a month, close to a month, because he said he arrived from Chicago November 15th, and he was telling me I was a big reason why he landed in Iloilo. You know, the videos that I made of Iloilo and Aklan and Panay Island, and he's liking it so far. He said he already signed a lease with Avida Towers in Iloilo City, so he's got a nice spot. You know, that's a nice area, nice condominium. He can walk downstairs from his condominium. It's in Mandurriao, the best area in Ilo City. You know, it's like you got 7-Eleven, walking distance to like the Atria. Atria is like a bunch of restaurants, bars even. There's a hospital right there, walking distance, Qualimed. So he's set, you know, he's happy that he's in Iloilo. And I'm sure I'll see him again. You know, I'm sure I'll see him again. And then, of course, Frederick, he's been in Iloilo City now for 6 months. And then while I was having breakfast with Frederick, our friend Larry and Kathy, actually, the couple that visited Dazel and I in Calibo, they actually saw us and had said hello. You know, it's like, I didn't think they were in Iloilo City. I thought they were in Boracay, you know. I think it's just, you know, a lot of people that I communicate with. So sometimes I get confused on where people are headed. You know, I try to keep track, you know, but it's getting harder because there's more and more people that I communicate with. And then, that was cool when Madison and I were just sitting there by Starbucks. We were just like chit chatting, you know, and another guy tapped me on the shoulder while we were sitting at Starbucks. His name is Chris, and Chris is from Canada. He is a detective in Canada. So he said, "Hey, you're Gino, right?" And I said, "Yeah." So we invited him. He sat with us at Starbucks, and we just like, you know, three of us were just sitting there drinking, and then just talking about life, talking about, you know, Chris was telling us, you know, he's early 50s, Chris a little younger, but he said he's really liking Iloilo, really liking the Philippines. So one of his goal is maybe moving to the Philippines someday, you know. So it was just fun, you know, just fun hanging out. And then Dazzle was shopping while we were at Starbucks, and then later on the afternoon, David, he's a military vet. He stays in Iloilo, not in Iloilo City, but I think a few towns away from Iloilo City. He had messaged me. He said he wanted to meet up, so I told him, "Hey, I'll be at Starbucks." So I met him too. You know, I met him and his partner Rowena, and Dazzle. They you know, they got to talk a little bit, and you know, they got along because they're about the same age, you know. And then me and David were about the same age, so it was just fun to hang out. You know, that's why we had a good time. We had a good time in Iloilo City. Let me see. I just don't want to miss anybody that. Oh, and then randomly, I was trying to check into one Madison place, and there was an issue with parking. It was funny because the guard was asking me for a parking pass, and I didn't have the parking pass because I didn't book the reservation at one Madison. Our friend Tony, he had paid and booked that for us. So I was trying to figure out how that would work. So I had to go park the car, and there's no parking right there by those condo areas unless you live in the condo, you know. But I couldn't get up to the condo, you know, to their parking. And the guard was telling me I just can't park on the street because they would boot my car. I was like, "Oh man, boot my car!" And I guess the fine is like 1,000 pesos or about $18 if they boot your car, you know, parking. So I decided to just circle around the condominium, and I saw a restaurant in Iloilo City. I parked it in the restaurant. And then I told Dazel, babe, just wait for me there. I'll figure it out. So Dazel can relax at the restaurant. She ordered like a buko, that way, because I knew I had to talk to the lobby, and I did. I talked to the lobby at One Madison. Of course, I had to go through several lobby area because it's not just One Madison there. There's Lafayette, there's the Palladium. So I finally got to the right lobby because I guess even One Madison is like three towers. So we were tower number three. And then sorted out that whole pass thing, the vehicle pass thing. So we can park. So I went and drove back to the restaurant where I left Dazzle. And as soon as I came to the restaurant, Manny and his wife Sharon, they're both military retirees, U.S. military retirees, and they now live in Iloilo City. And they said, "Hey, we watch your channel." I was like, "Oh, it was just them." Then we started talking to them. It was nice, fun meeting them. And I know they told us, when we come back to Iloilo City, we'll have to hang out. And for sure, I know we'll hang out with Manny and Sharon. So it's just like that. I guess that's how my life and Dazzle's life now when we go to Rojas City, when we go to Iloilo City, and especially in Calibo, people recognize us now and stop us and ask for pictures. It's kind of surreal, really. It's like because I never thought, that of our channel that that it would grow that much to where people actually watch our videos, go on the live stream, things like that. So humbled. I'm humbled by it. Very grateful for all the good people that Dazzle and I keep meeting. Hey, Brian, TextPad. There's my buddy Brian in Texas. Let you know in chat. All right, all right. I really like that emoji you got, man, with the cowboy hat. It fits you well, being from Texas, man. Sergeant USA, my friend Daniel from Jacksonville, Florida. Did y'all save any chicken for us? Hey, man, that chicken was gone, brother. It's like, man, Ida's chicken, how in the US, anywhere you go, you'll have that certain food that's your favorite. And out of all the food that I've eaten in the Philippines, Ida's chicken in Bacolod is my number one. It's like I cannot go to Bacolod City and not eat Ida's chicken. That's how much I like it. Yeah. It's because Ida's chicken has a similarity with Mang Inasal. Mang Inasal is kind of like the franchise version of Inasal. Inasal is somebody had asked me on the comment what Inasal means. Inasal is char grilled or something that's cooked on coals. And what makes Ida's different from the franchise Mang Inasal? In Mang Inasal, I like Mang Inasal. It's a good fast food place, and I understand because when you go to Mang Inasal, it's crowded in there. They got to get you in and out of there. So what they do at Mang Inasal is they pre-cook their chicken, and all they're really doing is reheating the chicken and then serving it to you. At Ida's, when you eat at Ida's, then they cook it like cook to order, fresh off the grill. You can really you can tell the juiciness, and then I like how they char it. The perfect charring. The leg quarter is the part that I like, and even in the leg quarter, what they do is like they butterfly it, so it looks kind of flat, but it's a leg quarter. So really good cook on it, really good char on it. And then what I like too is they don't just cook the leg, like the dark meat leg part or thigh or like white meat, breast meat. They cook like liver, the gizzards, the chicken butt, the chicken intestines, you name it. Anything to do with the chicken, they'll grill it for you. And then, of course, on their secret marinade, I think that's what another thing that makes it good. And then the sauces that go with it, it's like for me, when I eat barbecue, like pork or beef or chicken, I like to dip it in like spicy vinegar. And in Bacolod, they have their own cinnamon vinegar that's got garlic in it and red chili that's spicy. So for me, it's just a perfect meal, man. You know, it's like and you can even eat with your hands there. They let you eat. They give you like these gloves, like plastic disposable gloves, so you can eat with your hands at Ida's Chicken and the Salt. It's just a good place to eat. You know, it's like if you ever make it to Bacolod, highly recommend. You won't be disappointed if you go to and they've been around since I saw their sign. It says best chicken in Asal in Bacolod since 1975. So going on 50 years. So you know they have to be good if they've been going on for 50 years. And they've maintained their standard. My first time eating there was in 2012. So I've been eating there now every time we're in Bacolod, and it hasn't changed. You know, it's like their standards and the way everything tastes stays the same. You know, I like those. I like those when you get a restaurant like that. A 10 out of 10 for sure. Jumpy, Hero Gino. Hey, where's Dazzle and Little Sis? Dazzle is still sleeping, and then Leanna, I had to take her to school today. Leanna's still not feeling 100%. She's still got a cold, but Leanna doesn't want to miss any school. You know, she's shooting for that perfect attendance. You know, she likes getting that certificate, that perfect attendance certificate. So I told her just to take it easy, and she said that's what she's been doing on her lunch breaks. She takes a nap during her lunch break instead of chica talking to her classmates and things like that. Cam, yeah, Jollibee, hey Ruben, that's my friend Ruben. Cam, Jollibee is the best. Yeah, I mean Jollibee for fast food, and as far as quick as they serve you a meal, you really can't beat it. And the price, you know, Jollibee is still like it's kind of like the food of the masses here. You know, as far as fast food, it's still the go-to fast food for the masses because it's the cheapest. You know, it's still cheaper than eating at McDonald's. You know, the Jollibee chicken, it's still a lower price than McDonald's. McDonald's to me is expensive here. That's it's a treat. You know, when Dazzle and Leanna and I when we eat at McDonald's. We don't try to maybe we eat there twice a month. It's the amount of times we eat at McDonald's, but we do like it because I know Leanna. She loves the gravy, the chicken with gravy at her favorite at McDonald's. This chicken with gravy because the gravy. You get unlimited gravy at McDonald's. They give you like a cup and they have a dispenser. When you run out of gravy, you just can get more. And Leanna likes putting that gravy under her rice and then on her chicken. She just loves the gravy, chicken gravy at McDonald's. Hey, Frederick. Hey, Frederick. Good morning, Calibo. All right. Good morning, Iloilo City. Good morning, Frederick. I like the picture that you sent us, Frederick, of your carinderia with all the crew. You know, that's pretty cool picture. You know, I'm keeping that. You know, I didn't post it, of course. You know, I know. You know, I know how. You don't like pictures. You know, all the pictures we have, brother. I just keep it for personal. You know, it's like I don't post any of the pictures that we take. Cam, yeah, you need to have your co-pilot to wake up to make sure you didn't miss any. I know, right? I'm sure she'll be getting up here soon, Ruben. I got my little notes here to make sure I don't miss, people's names, because I have a list here of people's handle on YouTube. It's that way, I know the person's first name. And then I've noticed it's like the regulars anyway that come online now on the live stream. So I'm able to track who everybody is now. I don't make a lot of mistakes anymore. Ray, hey Ray, my good friend from Sacramento. Can't wait to see this. Oh, for sure, Ray. I know they're gonna have a great time. It's awesome that you all are providing for the kids. You don't know how much. I know it makes a difference to them. The kids here, man. you tell a kid here Jollibee, and they're excited, just happy that they get to eat Jollibee. And I'm sure out of the 75 meals that we've gotten, I'm sure there's a kid there that hasn't even eaten Jollibee this year. I know that, guarantee, because there's just kids here that are not well off. It's like a meal for them. A parent taking their kid to Jollibee and Calibo. It's just some people just don't have access to that. So I know it makes a big difference. You're making a kid here happy with what we're doing, Ray. Oh, sorry. Oh, man. Thank you so much, Daniel. Wow. Wow, man. Um, that's like an early Christmas gift for us. And thank you so much, Daniel. Appreciate that, brother. Man, that's like unreal, brother. That's unreal. Thank you. Thank you so much, Daniel. I hope you have a Merry Christmas there in Jacksonville, Florida, my friend. Alan McHugh, how did you know? How are the roads to Iloilo? How long did it take you to drive there from? Oh yeah, man, the roads from Calibo all the way to Iloilo, they're great. I mean, there's certain sections, because that's a long stretch of road. I think last time I checked, I think it's 80 kilometers. And there's areas, of course, that they'll have construction. That's like with any highway here in the Philippines, portions will always be under construction, maintenance, construction. But it's a beautiful drive. I actually filmed it again coming back because I just enjoyed that ride. You'll never hit traffic from Calibo. The minute you leave Calibo, all the way when you enter Iloilo City, nothing but wide open space. You won't hit any traffic. You'll go through some towns, but even when you go through like some of the towns, you won't be stopped in traffic. It's like continuous driving. It takes me right around 4 hours, sometimes less. Most people can do it in three hours to 3.5 hours, but I drive slow. I don't drive fast at all. Most of the time I'm driving like 60 kilometers per hour. That's like less than 40 miles per hour. And that's on the highway, So, I'm just like cruising because I like looking at stuff, And then a lot of times Dazel and I stop, like in Balete, Aklan, we always stop for the fruit stands. That's like a mandatory stop to get like rambutan, lanzones, avocado, you name it. Balete Aklan is kind of like the fruit capital here in Aklan province. So we always make that stop. And a lot of times, Dazel and I, we stop somewhere in between Capiz province and Iloilo province. There's a lot of carinderia there that serve goat. It's called kandingan. I know in Tagalog we call it kambingan, but here in the Panay Island they call it kandingan, and it's just a typical carinderia, but they serve goat dishes, and I like goat, man. It's like when cooked properly. I enjoy eating goat. So that's why it's a easy drive. It's like to me it's like it's not stressful at all. Like that's why when people tell me I would never drive in the Philippines, it's too stressful. It's like you haven't driven in Panay Island. If that's the case, a lot of times you probably drove in Manila or Cebu City, big city in the Philippines. That's why you don't like driving in the Philippines. But here in Panay Island, you'll enjoy driving here, and you'll enjoy riding motorbikes here. And a lot of people do. My friend Frank from Canada, he just bought a motorbike. He actually didn't buy his motorbike here in Aklan because they make the registration portion a little bit difficult here in Aklan. It's like you have to renew your registration for your motorbike weekly until you get your permanent. So he didn't want to mess with that. So he was going to go to Batangas anyway. So I think he picked up his motorbike in Batangas or somewhere in Luzon. But Dazzle was showing me Frank's new motorbike. He looks cool, man. He's got a big bike, It looks like a 175 at least, 160, 175. So looking forward to seeing Frank's bike when he gets back here to Camellia Glen. Ray, I just sent money to my niece. She's a teacher at Olotoyan Island. Oh, cool. All right, man. Ray, that's awesome, man. And I'm glad I got to uh, shout out to you and Olotoyan Island when I was in Rojas City. I was thinking about you, my brother, when I was on that beach. It's like looking at that island. I just could imagine, when you were a kid, spending your days in that island. I bet you it was like memorable. That's why, you really need, I know, there's a lot of things going on, but you really need to visit again, man. Visit all of your island, visit your hometown of Capiz province, because I'm sure it's changed so much from the time you were here. And I know you will have a great time. There's my friend right now. He's on Facebook. We're friends. We haven't met each other yet, but we're gonna meet each other on this trip. He's in the Philippines right now with his mother, and he hasn't been in his hometown in 50 years, and he's just having a great time. He's posting on his Facebook like he went to a fish market, he bought some catfish, he went eat at Mang Inasal. Just I'm just happy for him because I know the feeling because I had the same feeling, when I left the Philippines. I was 12 when I left, and then when I came back to the Philippines after so many years, it's just amazing to like kind of like reminisce and also get back to your roots. Go back to my Filipino roots, and then meeting family members, friends that I hadn't seen since I was 12. It's just amazing when you can experience that. Biggie's support group. Hey, Biggie's. Hey, my friend Mark. My friend Mark. Good morning. All right. Good morning, Mark. Hope you're having a good day, brother. All right. Thumbs up. All right, brother. Jumpy. I just finished dinner and your story about chicken make me hungry. Oh, my bad, Jumpy. Man, it's like I I'm still dreaming of that chicken asal. I wish I can get that all the time, but it's good that I don't, when I visit, it's something to look forward to. I mean, that's almost worth the 2 hour ferry ride just to eat Ida's chicken and asal, from Iloilo City. It's like, it's that good. It's like the best dish I eat here in the Philippines. Again, Daniel, thank you so much, man, for the super chat. The $50. Appreciate it, my brother. It's gonna go to good use. We're planning probably another trip to Rojas City because Liana wasn't able to go with us to Iloilo City. We wanted to take her shopping so she can go Christmas shopping. I know she wants to get a new running shoes. So this amount really will grow great towards that. We're going to get Leanna some new shoes to wear in school. I know she'll be excited to shop for that in Rojas City. Rojas City is less than 2 hours away from us. So it's actually easier for us to go to Rojas City instead of Iloilo. We can even just do a day trip to we don't even have to stay overnight in Iloilo. We can just leave here early in the morning. I think the mall there opens at 10 a.m. maybe, and then just spend the day, and then at 4 p.m. just head home, and we can be home before sunset. I'll bring you some Whataburger. Oh, I wish you could bring me some Whataburger, man. I love Whataburger, man. It's like I lived in Texas, so I know all about Whataburger. I lived in San Antonio, Texas for a little over 4 years, almost 5 years. And my sister lives in Houston, Texas. So I visited my sister too. So I know about Whataburger, man. That's a good burger. That's a good burger. The closest thing I get Whataburger here in the Philippines, every time I go to Iloilo City, I hit Burger King because Burger King here has got that flame broiled grill. You got the marks on your burger, and it's the same Burger King that I've eaten in the U.S. That's why I love going to a Burger King. And now they added a new branch. They have a Burger King, I know, at SM City, Iloilo, but now they have a separate building, away from the mall. That's a burger, and their what's the onion rings? Their onion rings are on point, man. I'm like, I got to eat onion rings again this time. It's just awesome. Those are kind of, Burger King is a must stop for me every time I'm in Iloilo City. Yeah, I can't blame you for eating it before you get here, man. I know it won't last, man. All right, HD thing. Thanks, HD. HD is our moderator on our live streams, man. He helps us out. HD is a great help to Dazzle and I. Sent you a few dollars to help. Yeah, it's cool. Have a all right. No worries, man. I'm gonna, the gifts. Probably I'll wait till Leanna because it's Friday today. So, when Leanna gets off school. So this weekend, I'm sure I'll take Leanna to Mr. DIY, and she'll tell me what her classmates would like, for like a little Christmas gift. Nothing big, just something that maybe her classmates can get for Christmas. I can't afford Jollibee here in the US. That's why I'm going there. Goku, that's funny. That's funny. I can imagine, man. I bet, the prices for Jollibee because, they know that they got you because, Filipinos are excited when a Jollibee opens in the US. So I'm sure, you got to eat it. It's kind of like me when I go to Iloilo City with Burger King. I mean, Burger King is probably a higher price than the other burgers here in the Philippines, but I gotta have it, because it's kind of like a taste of America for me when I go to a Burger King. How was your visit to my hometown? Oh yeah, it was a quick visit because we just wanted our friend Tony. He's never rode the ferry. He was unsure, so I was like, "Hey man, we'll just go with you. We'll take you that way. You don't have to struggle with the ferry." And then to make the trip better for he actually stayed overnight. Dazzle and I we didn't stay overnight because we figured we had the reservations in Iloilo City, so we didn't want to spend more money and get a reservations in Bacolod and not use the place. And we've been to a Bacolod several times, so we just wanted to make sure that our friend Tony got there. We met Tony's friends there, and now our friends now, Amber and Yosef. Now they're friends. So the next trip to Bacolod, I'm sure we'll see Amber and Yosef. So they ate with us when we went to Ida. So it's just we just wanted to make sure Tony's good. Because this was his first trip to Iloilo City. We didn't want him to not have a good experience, and he did. He's had an awesome time. He can't thank Dazzle and I enough. He was saying we were so gracious, and he's too. He's so gracious to us that he got us the place at One Madison Place because to us, that was a treat for Dazzle and I because we never stay at nice places like that. We always stay like the budget hotels like Fig Tree or Injap Hotel. Lower end hotels in Iloilo City and One Madison. Man, I don't think you can find a more higher end condo in Iloilo City than One Madison Place. It was just like it was fancy. I mean, even the lobbies were fancy, the concierge, the elevator, they have a gym, they have a swimming pool. I mean, it's like the high life living, for that's why a lot of expats live in that One Madison, that Lafayette, that Palladium. Mostly expats, when you come down to the lobby and you're walking at Festive Walk, so many expats. You run into so many expats in that area, Mandurriao area. But we had a great time, man. For me, as long as I can eat Ida's chicken in the salt, I'm good, brother. It's like uh, you couldn't stop the smile on my face heading to Ida's, and then after we ate there, I was just so satisfied. It's like the trip was worth it. And I knew that even before going. I told Tony that, man, if I can eat at Ida's Chicken and Asal, the 2 hour ferry ride going and back, that's nothing. I'll ride that any day, to get that barbecue chicken, because it's just that good. It's that I just love it. I just love the Ida's Chicken and Asal. Alan, construction, sir, sounds like I-35. Oh, I know about I-35, right? I-35, isn't that the one going to Austin? Because I was in San Antonio. I think that's the name of the highway. I remember, man. It's like uh, there's. I know, as a matter of fact, Dazel and I were talking about that, because there's a like an overpass they were building, overpass with cars, that in Iloilo, that they were building. And man, that project took forever. But we noticed on this trip was the first time we saw vehicles on the overpass. It's like so it looks like they finally finished it. It's like but it is, man. There's parts of Aklan province and Iloilo province, when you're driving through. Same thing with Capiz province. It seemed like the construction never ends, or they'll destroy one section trying to cement one section, and it stays like that for like months and months. But it is what it is. At least there's no traffic in it. You just have to go slow when you're going through like those construction areas here. Driving is something I really enjoy doing. Not sure I will be happy if I couldn't drive in the Philippines. I try motorcycle but prefer a car. I started following you when I saw you serve. Oh, all right, Edgar. All right. Hey, man, that's why I said, if you like to drive, and it's not like it's really long driving, because it's like, for me, 4 hours is not long driving for me, but it's still nice. It's a good getaway, because Panay Island, I mean, from the northern tip of Panay Island to the southern tip, the most you'll drive, the most it'll take you probably is like 6 hours. Panay Island is it's a good size island, because there's four provinces in Panay Island, and the highways. I can tell you this, because I've been here 13 years now. They have like grown in leaps and bounds. I mean, the highways, when I first got here in 2011, they were really just like two lanes. One lane going this way, one lane going this way. But what they did the past 13 years here in Panay Island, all the provinces did this, is they call it road widening, where they widen the lanes. There's actually, on most highways now in Panay Island, there's two lanes going this way and two lanes going the other way. So it's actually four lanes now. Of course, that those side lanes, a lot of times they use it for parking, for drying rice, but at least it's wider now. And then again, there's not a lot of traffic. I mean, you can drive for a mile, and you can drive 50 miles and not hit, it's just a lot of wide open spaces, because in Panay Island, you're going to see mostly rice fields on the side of the highway. In fish ponds, you see a lot of fish ponds. And then in Antique, and then in Aklan province, on the coastline, you'll see ocean. So it's just a good experience here to drive. That's why I tell people, it's like when they say about, driving is terrible in the Philippines, they just haven't driven in Panay Island. It's like I don't experience that at all. And I'm not like as far as driving, I just cruise. I just like take my time. It's like I don't like driving in traffic. That's why I stay away from Manila, and I stay away from Cebu City. Even though I've been driving here for 13 years, I would never dare drive in Manila or dare drive in Cebu City. Those drivers there are just so aggressive, and they get angry fast. They'll hit. One thing about Filipinos is like that surprised me. as calm, as humble, as polite they are, when they get behind the wheel of a car, man, something triggers and they just start using their horns. A lot. At least here in Calibo, we don't get that. Here in the Calam province, when I drive here, not many people use their horns here. But when you hit the city, you're gonna hit. I even saw a little bit of that in Iloilo City. Cities just have that different vibe. I was even talking to my friend Brian. I was telling him in my morning walk, and then I was sitting on the balcony on One Madison. There's just noise that when you're in the city, you hear horns, you hear ambulances, you hear the motorbikes are loud because they put those loud mufflers on their motorbikes. There's just a lot of noise that I'm not used to anymore. It's like I like visiting cities, especially Iloilo City. I love visiting there because Dazel and I always enjoy. But I prefer living here in the province because it's quiet. Like here, I got the windows open right now, and I'm not hearing any noise. It's like if I walk outside now, all I can hear is like birds or the wind. It's like that's why I prefer the province life now instead of the city. All right, let me see here. Where did I stop? Sergeant, please post like, oh man, thank you, Daniel. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Joel, hey, hey, Joel, hey, Eileen. Hope you guys are doing okay. I know you're getting close to your trip to Calibo. Can't wait to see you guys. It's gonna be fun when you get here. We'll make that trip to Iloilo City. Yeah, yeah. That Joel and Eileen, they wanted to take Dazzle and I. They have this place in the Philippines, in Iloilo City, called Vikings. Vikings is like an all-you-can-eat buffet in Iloilo City. Kind of reminds me like of the buffets in Vegas, But Dazzle and I, we've never been because it's like for me, I'm not a big eater, but since they're taking us, I'll probably like starve myself. Probably not eat breakfast, so I'll have a full appetite for lunch or dinner when we go to Vikings because and now I can eat more. Last year I couldn't really eat a lot, but this year I know I can eat more. So we'll make it worth it that we go to Vikings, the all you can eat place in Iloilo City. AKA. All right, this is Adam, my friend Adam. I finally got your name, and I got you listed on my list. Gino, I see you guys had yes, an amazing trip. Actually, one of the things Dazzle and I discovered was this Japanese restaurant. They have this Japanese restaurant in SM City, Iloilo, and also at the Festive Walk Mall. Both malls had this Japanese. It's called Boteju. Man, that's a Japanese restaurant was on point, man. It was like it's so far the best Japanese food I've eaten here in the Philippines. Even better than Hama in Boracay. This Japanese food place, and I like how the restaurant, the way when Dazzle and I sat on the restaurant, you can see their kitchen, and you can see them prepare your food. Your sushi. I ordered like a salad, and the girl had disposable gloves on. Really everything looks super clean. It's like I was just impressed, and the food was amazing. And Dazzle's not even a big Japanese food person, but she got hooked on that spam musubi. She liked that now, so she ate it twice. We ate twice at that Japanese restaurant because we had eaten once and we liked it so much we ate it there again. While we were in Iloilo City, I had like the maki, California maki, the sushi. I had some of that, and Dazzle had like fried rice and shrimp. I mean, it was just good food. It's like. We're glad we found that restaurant because that will be one of our stops now when we go to Iloilo City. It's a meal at that Japanese restaurant at the mall. And it shouldn't be hard to find because there's no other Japanese restaurant at the mall, at both malls. Those are the only Japanese restaurants that we saw. So if you're looking to eat Japanese, just ask for a Japanese restaurant at SM City Mall, Iloilo, or the Festive Walk in Iloilo, and they'll direct you to that Japanese restaurant. HD, rural, equal less traffic. Correct, correct, HD. You're 100% right, man. It's like even when I drive in Iloilo City, I try to limit my driving. If I could park my car and just like ride the tricycle, ride the taxi, I rather prefer that. Even though Iloilo City is not congested like Manila or Cebu, it's just that I'm not used to the city driving anymore. When you're here, you'll understand what I'm saying, because the taxis, the jeepneys especially, they're very aggressive on the road in the cities. It's like, and if you've seen some of the jeepneys here, those jeepneys, they're like built like tanks, like long, strong metal. You can tell they're like solid metal on those jeepneys. You don't want to get in an accident with a jeepney, because like, you know, we own a Toyota Wigo, this new, and I can tell, but just by knocking on my car, this is like tin can almost. If one of those jeepneys hit our car is gonna get smashed. It's like, and then probably barely any damage on a jeepney. Edgar, I drove a gasoline tanker for 35 years. Oh man, wow. Filling the gas station here in Ohio. I've seen those. I remember the 18 wheeler in the US, they're always kind of like silver, like stainless steel. It's like what I remember anyway, that when I was still in the US. Here, they don't have the 18 wheeler trucks like that. Smaller. They have smaller gasoline tankers. And a lot of times, the gasoline tankers here, they're painted red. Yeah, that's what I notice when I see the gasoline tankers here. Red gasoline tanks. Yeah. Oh, I know. Adam here is saying that AKA Pampanga traffic is atrocious, and it is, man, because I know in Angeles City it's like horrible. By Marquee Mall, or even the downtown area by the church, even outside MacArthur Highway. Outside Clark now. I mean, it's just traffic is horrendous, and again, it's like the taxis and the jeepneys, they're so aggressive here, that you got to have a lot of patience, because they're gonna cut you off. They're gonna like what a lot of vehicles I notice here, motorbikes, even Filipinos on motorbikes, tricycles, they are into a habit of just like getting in front of your car. That's why me, even in Calibo, even here, I just drive slow. And then if somebody, I kind of anticipate somebody cutting me off, or some in an intersection, that even though I'm ahead, even though I'm first on the intersection, I'm still looking for a motorbike to just zoom past without even pausing on the intersection, because you just have to drive real defensive, because for some reason people just like to be in a hurry here. They don't like to be. It's almost kind of like a race to get to a spot. And they like cutting in front of you, like the tricycles. Like you could be driving in a highway and you see a tricycle, they'll pull in front of you, and you have to slow down or hit your brakes even, and they're gonna go super slow. They don't want to like wait for you to pass and then go behind you. They always like, it's just the way it is, and nothing's gonna change that, So you have to be the one that needs to adapt. It's like if you can't adapt, the only thing I can recommend is maybe hire a driver, because it shouldn't be expensive here to hire a personal driver. And I know some expats have that. Some expats have drivers here. Most expats I know here have nannies for their kids, or a domestic helper for their home. Sergeant USA Daniel, Calibo, Rojas are top of my list for a new headquarters home. Hey man, you can't go wrong. you can't go wrong, brother. With those three areas, and you got my support, brother. When you come here, Daniel, it's like I'll keep an eye on you. Just let me know. If you need any help. You're a friend, brother. You're a friend. So we'll take care of you, like we take care of a lot of people that's come here to Panay Island. It's like we'll help you any way we can help you. Finding a place, getting adjusted, getting your license, your tourist visa. You got a friend. You got a friend in Dazzle and I, brother. HD, in the city, the horns are consistently used to alert other drivers. The locals are usually not using them because they are angry. Yeah, I agree with that, HD. Somebody had told me that too. Here, even here in because one of our neighbors here is from Iloilo, and she was telling Dazzle and I, that's just the way it is. Like in Iloilo City, Ilonggos are like the kindest people, but they just like to honk. They just like to honk their horns. It's just like I guess to signal you're in. So I understand that, but when you're an expat and when you're coming from the US following all the rules of driving in the US, I know that's a number one complaint I get from expats is like, what's up with all the horns? What's up with like using the horns? And then what's worse is like when they're stopped in traffic, HD, I'm sure you know this, when you get stopped in traffic in the city, one person will honk and then everybody just start honking and you just see like wah, 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 and you're going like, it's not like we're gonna move if you honk. It's not gonna change the situation, but that's how people in the city, that's the, I guess, like you said, that's their way of communicating. Viking script. Skip the rice. All right, I know, right? I know when I go to like, and I did the same when I was in Vegas, Daniel. When I used to eat buffets in Vegas, I eat all the meat, man. I might have a salad to start just to feel like I'm eating healthy, but I go straight for like the steak, the prime rib. I'm not eating like potatoes or rice or anything. I don't want to get full on the I want to get full on the good stuff. And then the dessert, of course, you got to save room for dessert because the buffets always have like good desserts. We drive a Vio. It's pretty good on fuel, but very tiny and weak. Oh yeah, Adam. It's like I love the Wigo, brother. It's like I know it's a three-cylinder, no power at all, but you don't really need power, especially here in the province. That's why I take my time driving. It's a big change for my car because I was driving a Ford Mustang in the U.S. when I left there, and now I'm driving a Wigo. But hey, it's like it's a total life change for me moving here to the Philippines, and that's why I've even expressed that on my videos. I had the understanding that when I left the U.S., the lifestyle that I had the US, the big house, the garage, the nice cars, the clothes, I was leaving that in the US. When I came to the Philippines, it's I knew I was retired. I'm not gonna make the same money that I used to make in the US. In the US, I had my military pension, and then I worked at St. Mary's Hospital in the risk management department. So I had two paychecks. I knew coming to the Philippines, I was gonna live on my military pension alone. So that's like half income, when I moved to the Philippines. So I understood that. That's why ever since I came here 13 years ago, my goal was to live a more minimalist lifestyle. As a matter of fact, when I got here in 2011, for 3 years till 2014, I only had a bicycle. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a motorbike, no tricycle. I had a bicycle. And I rode that bicycle. I had a mountain bike. I rode that when I lived in Boracay. And then when I lived in Calibo, I rode my bicycle everywhere because that was the lifestyle that I was going to start living, when I moved here. Because again, I knew I was going to live on my military pension alone. I had to make sure that it will last. And I would make sure also that I'm still able to save. And ever since I've been here in the Philippines, every month I've been able to save money. There hasn't been a month with my pension alone that I'm not able to put away money. And that's just the way I want to live my life now. It's like even the clothes I wear, all my clothes, Dazzle shops at Ukay Ukay, the thrift store, used clothing. I never buy anything brand new. But the only thing I buy brand new now is my running shoes because, I'm particular about my running shoes, because I like to run and you really can't get good used running shoes. You want to have that new on your feet. You get it broken in on when you run. But I'm no longer into material things. Dazzle will tell you this. Everything that I get now, like even my phone. This phone right here is an iPhone 10. My best friend from Hawaii gave me this phone because he no longer needed it. His daughter was getting a new phone and he said, man, I have a phone that my daughter's not using, so that became my phone. That's how I live now. I'm very frugal. It's all about experiences now. It's not about owning material things. Our house, it's really tiny. Our house is 400 square foot. We have 2 bedrooms upstairs, but like what you see here is our living room, dining room, everything on the first floor here. So it's just I prefer living a lot simple now. Life is easier for me. What I've learned is like ever since I start living more minimalist, more I don't have any more desires like wants, like I'm not dreaming of a new car, a big house. It's just not that important to me now. It's like what's important to me now is like my relationship with the Dazzle and Leanna. As long as we're having a good time, and we always do. We always have a good time. And I think the people that meet us, even last night we met Sim and Nicole. We met them we had our opening of lights in Numancia. We had it last night. Dazzle and I got there like at 6 p.m. We didn't leave our town plaza till 10 because they just had so many activities. They had food booths. They had displays where they had a contest for like Christmas displays. I filmed that, and then there was a choir competition in our little town of Numancia. Like the Liana School they had represented a group, a choir. There were at least 8 choirs that sang Christmas song. Really cool, it just really put you in a festive mood. And then they had fireworks. I filmed that, man. The fireworks were like spectacular. It's like, and then of course they have the Ati-Atihan marching band. That's just the local groups, the groups that are here in our town of Numancia. There's about 10 groups, I think, here that's local to Numancia, and they all performed on the street. It was just like, man, it was an awesome vibe. It's just it's the holiday. I mean, you really know it's the holiday season now after opening of lights. That was last night. And then tomorrow night at Pastrana Park in Calibo, this is this is like the biggest opening of lights here in Aklan province. So I'm going to try to film that too. I'm going to try. It's crazy amount of people like in Calibo at Pastrana Park. We're talking thousands and thousands. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like 20,000 people in Pastrana Park during opening of lights because the fireworks are more spectacular. The Christmas tree is bigger. Everything's just bigger in Calibo because that's the capital of Aklan province. So looking forward to that tomorrow night. I know parking's going to be an issue, but we're going to take Bumblebee, because that's one thing nice about Bumblebee. We can always find parking for Bumblebee. Unlike our Weagle, if I go tomorrow to opening of lights in Calibo, the only places I can probably park it would be the mall, and it'll be a good walk to Pastrana Park from the mall. But we'll ride on a Bumblebee, and I'm sure we'll find a good spot for Bumblebee. TechSpat, my friend Brian, I just looked at pictures of Vikings luxury buffet. Wow, I'd go just for the suit. Hey, man, I know. Actually, Brian, Dazzle, and I, we're not looking at their page or anything because we wanted it to be a surprise. It's like we've heard about Viking, and then we passed it, when we were in Iloilo City, because we know where it's at. I know it's at SM City, Iloilo. But Dazzle said, "Oh, babe, let's not look at their pictures of their food. That way, when we go there, it'll be a surprise." So I said, "Oh yeah, it's like," and I'm sure they rotate anyway. I'm sure they rotate their menu, but I know it's very luxurious buffet. I know it's a big buffet, uh, very popular in Iloilo City. Very popular. John P. Hire a driver and close your eyes. I know. There's a lot of truth for that, John P. Because on this trip to Iloilo City, uh, I actually got to ride a jeepney. I had taken Tony. Tony wanted to see a place in Iloilo City, so we took a taxi. So I was with Tony, and then and we got split up because Tony said he had to go to another place, and I was like, "All right, Tony." I told him I'll meet you later. So I was like, I was not far. I was only maybe 5 kilometers away from SM City, Iloilo. So I was like, "Man, I haven't ridden a jeepney in a while." So I said, "Man, I'll just hop on a jeepney." So I hop on the jeepney. Man, it's like that jeepney was like rough. He was like speeding. I mean, fast, and he was like, I was like, man, but he's a jeepney, so if he hits anything, man, like I said, the jeepneys are like a tank. It's like if they hit anything, I feel sorry whoever the jeepney would hit. Sergeant USA Daniel, do you? I know, brother, do you? I think you've heard that on my videos, man. It's like I always tell people, not just for me, but I always tell people, do you? Because that's one thing I learned. Close to 3 years now, talking to expats, talking to people moving here. No two people are alike. It's like there. It's always like that's why when people ask for my advice, I try to get all the information. I tell them, hey, message me, email me, like what you're looking for. And then a lot of times I want to do a video call with the person just to get the personality, just to see, if the person's introvert or an extrovert. And then before I make a recommendation, because every time I make a recommendation for a person, it's different. It's like it's not like one size fits all. It's like you said, do you? Everybody's different. When people come to the Philippines, everybody is looking for something different. It's like no two people are alike, and then no two people are happy with the same thing. It's like one person thinks this is like the best thing, another person says, another thing. They don't like that. It's just the way it is. We're all different. John Ramos, aloha, John. Adam, AKAAK. This is my friend Adam, my Pampanga person here. Best thing you can do is getting rid of all material things. Having the Mustang is great, but fact of the matter is, it still only gets you from point A to point B. Yes, correct, Adam. And for me, I learned a lot of that when I retired here 13 years ago. When I moved to the Philippines, when I was in the U.S., like I said, I had my military pension. I had a good paycheck from St. Mary's Hospital. I was living the typical American life. I was like, I had a nice sports car, rims on it. I had my nice place. I had a garage, flat screen TVs. It's like ball games. I used to live sporting events. Concerts. It's just that what Americans do. But ever since I moved to the Philippines, I've never been to a live sporting event here. I've never been to a concert here unless it's free. If it's free, I'll watch it. But I'm not gonna pay $100 for a concert ticket just to watch somebody sing. It's just the way it is now for me. It's like things have changed. I'm living a different lifestyle now. All right. I don't want to. Let me make sure here. I don't want to. I don't want to miss anybody's. That's why I need that. Like I said, that's why I usually need Dazzle because, all right, I don't want to miss anything here. AKA Adam. I love people doing the mano. Oh yeah, yeah. You still see, I still see that all the time. Mano po, everybody does the forehead thing to Lola and Lolo. That's still common here. Yeah, that I don't think that'll ever change. It's like Filipinos are just respectful to their elders here. Uh, and here, if you're not respectful to your elders, your uncles or somebody older than you will slap you in the head. That's still allowed here. It's like if I had a little nephew here and he doesn't do the manopo, doesn't show respect to the elders here, he's gonna get a slap on the head from me. I'm talking step out and put out the man. Stop manopo, manopo. Do you still need a throwaway? You know what, Daniel? I'll message you with that, but I think it's just safe to get it because there's that website. I'll send the link to you. I think it's www.throwawayticket.com. A throwaway ticket's like only $14. So just to be safe, because I'm hearing both ways. I'm hearing that they never asked for it, but you don't want to be by that person. Just your luck they ask for it, for $14 for a throwaway ticket, to me, I would just get it just to be safe, Daniel. That's kind of like my golden rule here in the Philippines. I play it safe with everything. I don't try to get over the law here. It's like I know there's fixers here, there's people that can fix things, but I try to, as much as I can, follow the rules, be a law-abiding citizen. When I'm here, if they ask for something, if they, you hear something that they might ask, just have it. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. Jumpy, TextPet. I was just looking at Viking food pics on Google Maps. Looks awesome. Drop a flag so I will remember it when I get there. Yeah, I mean, Jumpy, everybody tells, everybody speaks highly of Viking. So in January, when my friend Joel and Eileen, when they're here, they're going to take us to Viking. So that's going to be, I'll review it. I'll you'll get my, I'll rate it from 1 to 10, but I'm sure it's going to be a high rating because, we've heard. I mean, I've never heard anybody that says negative on the Vikings. I heard it's not cheap. For Filipino standard, it's a good price buffet because I know the buffets in Boracay, they're ranging in the 1,000 to like 1,500 peso range, $18 to $25 range per person. And I think Vikings is about the 1,000 pesos. I think $18 for the buffet. So not cheap, here in the Philippines, the buffet. But again, I'm sure they got like really quality food and quality dessert and seafood, and seafood. The text fat says same. All right. AKA living on that lower income with just your pension is still much more doable than needing to work just yeah. And that was the whole point, Adam, for me moving here, when I was 45 years old. I kind of weighed, the difference, it's like I knew I can live in the US if I was working, but I was working all the time and I was stressed, and I had money, but I just didn't feel fulfilled. It's like I was thinking at the time I was 45 years old and I was thinking, man, I got to do this for 17 more years. I just finished 20 years in the military and then I was working at St. Mary's for 7. So I'm looking another 17 years of grinding at the hospital. And I don't know if you know, like in hospital, work in hospital is stressful. It's not an environment for not stress. Everybody's always stressed working in the hospital. So it was like, I really didn't want to do 17 more years of working just to get to 62 when I could collect my Social Security. So I just decided I was going to make it work with my pension here. And it's doable. If you have a military pension, if that's all you're getting, you can live well here in the Philippines. It's like You have to change your habits. Not you can't live like you live in the U.S., but it's still a good life here, and no regrets. I love it. I love it here. I'm only less than 4 years now for my Social Security. I'm 58 now. I plan on collecting my Social Security at 62. I get my statements on how much I'll get, and it's a good amount, here in the Philippines. So I know it'll be life changing for Dazzle and I once I start collecting Social Security, because that's another big income that's gonna. And I'm already used. Our Dazzle and I were already used to the lifestyle, and I'm sure we're not gonna change much of our lifestyle. A lot of that Social Security money is just gonna towards our savings, and then building a tiny house in Dazzle's land in Katiklan, because I just want to make sure Dazzle is well taken care of when I'm gone. Because the reality is, I'm going to be gone before Dazzle. I'm 29 years older than Dazzle, so I just want to make sure that when I'm gone, that she will continue with the good life that she has now. Edgar, I believe the minimal lifestyle is what I'm looking for as well. I hope I adjust as well as you did. Yeah, I mean, Edgar, for me, I would say it was easy, just because, I'm Filipino, it's like I was 12 when I left the Philippines. So I really hadn't lost a lot of my Filipino values, but I think I did get Americanized, I'm not going to lie. It's like, I enjoyed the luxuries in the United States. I enjoyed driving a sports car, spending money. It's like, uh, that's why I work. That's why we work in the U.S. I did enjoy vacations at Cancun. I did vacations like that, but it's just a different lifestyle. It's like, I think what made it easy for me is you're old. You're older now. It's like your wants are different now once you become older, for me anyway. Because like for me, it's like I've already experienced a lot of the things. It's like when I see people, it's like doing all kinds of things, cruises and things like that. It's like for me, it's like that's not really what I want anymore. It's like when I'm older now, it's like what I enjoy now is like more than anything, I love my morning walks. I love that. I love that my life is peaceful. I love that I don't have any stress. It's like now I can just do YouTube and it's fun. It's like I'm meeting cool people. It's like you can tell my videos. It's not like the videos that Dazzle and I make. They're not complicated to make. We're just showing you like what we're doing, our day to day life. It's not like I have to like create this. That's why it's so, we use Shortcut to like it's a free app to like edit our videos. We're not high tech. We don't have a drone. We don't have music on our videos. It's like the only music that we have on our videos is like when I record like the choir and things like that. Like I'll try to put since I got good videos last night of the choirs here in Numancia. They had that choir competition. I'll just keep adding that to our videos until Christmas. For me, it just puts me in a festive mood. And then when I hear it, it's just like uplifting for me. I enjoy Christmas here in the Philippines. Best thing you can do is getting. Oh, okay, I did skip some. Skip some. That's why I'm good. I went up. Let me just go up again. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody here. Looks like I didn't. Looks like I'm doing a good job, even though I don't have Dazzle. It looks like I'm doing a good job on not missing anything here. And so that's just how like I know, like tomorrow I know it's gonna be fun. It's like we had a great for the opening of lights in Calibo. I always look forward to that. Dazzle and I, we've been going to the opening of lights at Pastrana Park almost every year since I'd known her, because especially when we lived in Calibo, because we only used to walk to Pastrana Park for that. Uh, all right. Christmas in the Philippines is 1,000% different than in the US. People aren't out enjoying the communities like they do. I know, I know. I remember because Christmas in the US when I was there, I remember like my relatives, we usually pick a place like in California or in Texas because those are where most of my relatives are. And a lot of times it was just one day, one day we'll all meet like at a spot in California or in Texas, and then we'll eat, we'll say our hellos, and then that's it. Usually here it's a long celebration, and then you're really you get to enjoy the community. You get this, like last night when Dazzle and I were at opening of lights, all our neighbors here in Camellia was there. We were running into people. Hey, how you doing? How's your holiday going? How's your Christmas? It's just a good vibe, man. It's like I know for me, it just you're just happy, just because you see smiles from people, you see people carrying their kids, their dogs. It's like it's just fun. It's just fun. Christmas definitely hits different here in the Philippines. It's a lot more fun. In your email, you said you went to Wilson. Yeah, I graduated from Long Beach Wilson High, class of 1983. Did you start? Did you graduate or start? I graduated in 83. I remember because I graduated, it was May or June of 1983. I was 16 years old when I graduated high school in Long Beach because I remember that August I turned 17, August 1983. And then that's when I signed up for the Air Force. I was 17 years old and 4 days when I signed my enlistment papers with the Air Force, and my mom had to co-sign because I was a minor still when I joined the United States Air Force. That's why I remember. That's why I remember. John Ramos, I am retiring this June. All right. All right. Congratulations, John, on your upcoming retirement. That's awesome, brother. That's awesome. And we're moving back to Manila for good. All right. Manila, man, I'm telling you, man, it's tough I wouldn't consider Manila a good retirement place. But hey, if you have a house there already, you got family there, maybe you live in a good subdivision in Manila. I just think it's rough to retire in Manila, man, because the congestion there, the traffic, the pollution, and then your security. It's like I never feel safe when I'm in Manila. And I'm not bagging on Manila or anything. It's like I said, I was born and raised there. I'm street smart. It's like I used to ride the jeepneys from Quezon City to Manila to my school at Letron College. So I'm street smart. I know I am, but even no matter how street smart you are in Manila, man, that crime in Manila is just rough, man, because you got pickpockets, you got snatchers, you got the taxi drivers that you're gonna run into are like gonna try to scam you. It's just not a good environment, man. If you can find a place maybe right outside Manila. I know I have a friend that retired like in Antipolo area. Maybe that. But like rough, man, rough to end up in Manila as retirement. Retirement is supposed to be relaxation and not stress, and hard not to get stressed in Manila. Just entering that traffic every day in Manila, that's stressful, man. Hey, Horace and Marie, we finally made it. All right, Horace, appreciate you, brother. Glad you and Marie made it. Dazzle hasn't made it yet, man. So Dazzle's still sleeping upstairs. It's cloudy here. Today, so it's a good sleeping weather, and it's been cool, man. Like this morning, it was like in the 70s. I felt like it was like low 70s this morning. And then last night, Dazzle and I stayed up late because we were at the opening of lights. We didn't leave the opening of lights till 10. And then we got home. I know Dazzle, she cooked rice because she was hungry, and I know she was cooking. Me, I just crashed because I was tired because I get up early. So I know she stayed late. I know she stayed up late, and I never bother Dazzle. If she sleeps, she sleeps. It's like I know I can do the live streams by myself. I've done live streams by myself before. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. It helps when she's here because to make sure I don't miss any comments. But I think I'm doing good so far. I'm doing good so far. I'm not. I have to go back and forth, but I appreciate your sharing, Arlene Linsangan. All right, Arlene, you're new to the live stream. I haven't seen that name before. I like how you got your full name in there, man. It's easy on me instead of the handles. I appreciate your sharing your experience. I'll be retiring in 2026 in Silang, Cavite. I'm based in Stockton, California. Work for the department. Good job. All right. Hey, thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, you know what? That Cavite area, a lot of people are retiring in that area. My good friend, he just moved there and he had found a place when he landed here in the Philippines. Typical, you'd find Airbnb apartment. He was in Manila area, but, he was telling me, it's like, Michael's his name, and he's just telling me it's just Manila's rough, And he's retired. He's retired. He retired from the postal service in the United States. So now he's in Cavite in Trece Martires with his partner. He found a nice apartment, not big, not big apartment on the second floor, new apartment, and I know it didn't cost him, half what he was paying for rent in Manila. And now he's like, he sits on his balcony. He's got, all he can see is like greenery. He watches the sunrise, the sunset. He's loving life, he's enjoying the quieter living in Trece Martires in Cavite. So good luck on your retirement here, Arlene. I know you're gonna have a good time. Retiring in the Philippines, to me, I think when people get a chance to retire here, especially if you have a pension coming in from the United States, it's a blessing. It's like there's really no reason why you can't have a good life here in the Philippines if you have a pension coming in. If you have a pension coming in, a regular income, man, you're pretty much on cruise control in the Philippines. Once you learn how to budget, once you establish your budget, once you know that, hey, this is how much it's going to cost me for housing, this is how much it's going to cost me for food, and this is what I'm going to have left for traveling, for vacations, staycations, going to the beach. It's like I think that's what everybody dreams of when they're working, is to have that kind of life, not having to look at the watch anymore. It's like waking up every morning and not having to be anywhere. I think out of all the things I enjoy about retirement is not worrying about the time, not worrying about the clock, not worrying about the day. It's like a lot of times Dazzle and I don't even know what day of the week it is. There's no more TGIF. There's no more Thank God It's Friday, or there's no more the dreaded Monday after a good weekend. You're like dreading to go back to work. That's to me, that's like the retirement experience. Adam, you just answered my question about your age. I'm 53. Wife and I are living off her California state pension, and I have my monthly dividends and that's without either one of us. All right. I mean, you're already like ahead of the game, man. You're already ahead of the game because by the time you collect Social Security, like me, man, that's the way I look at it. By the time I collect Social Security, that's just a bonus for me now. That's like free money. Because like I've been living in the Philippines for 13 years, and for me, I know we have a good life. It's like to me, it's like not working and then just enjoying our days. We get to go on vacations. We have a car that's paid off. We got a tricycle that's paid off. It's like our house. Our mortgage on this house is $200, and we only have like a little over 6 years left on our 15-year loan on this house. So in 6 years, it'll be all paid off. So it's like, like I said, I'm like on cruise control now. It's like the main thing now for me is my health. That's why I'm always focused on working out, eating healthy. It's like doing all I can, getting plenty of rest. Getting like after lunch today. Getting my afternoon naps. It's like that's the priority. It's just staying healthy because if I'm healthy, I can enjoy my life. It's like I learned that from last year during my battle with cancer last year. It's like it's hard to enjoy life when you don't have your health. So that's the number one priority. It's good health. Sergeant USA, Daniel, John Rambo, great plan. Wish I had done that when I retired. I'm making the move, PI, in about a year. All right, man, Daniel. And I'm here for you, brother. Anything you need just to guide you in the process. Any questions you have. It's like a lot of things. I know for me, it took a year. I did my recon in 2010. I did my 1 month recon here in the Philippines. I call it recon. Is where like I landed in the Philippines and I checked out a few places that I was considering a retirement. And then from 2010, it took me a year to like get rid of all my stuff in the US, get rid, close accounts, make sure I said goodbyes to people I want to say goodbyes, friends that I knew I wasn't probably going to see anymore. Luckily, though, I have. It's like a lot of the friends, and you kind of know your true friends. When they were willing to travel thousands of miles just to see you here in the Philippines. To me, it's like when people do that, when my friends that I had in the US, when they do that, when they come all the way here just to see me, you know, what more can you think? Like that's true friendship, when someone's willing to do that. And family too. My sister was just here in Iloilo City, visited me last year, and she flew from Houston, Texas. And my sister's 68 years old now, and she has heart issues, but she still flew to see me. So those are kind of thing that touches my heart. Because I know, I have people in my life, even the ones that are in the U.S., family and friends that will like. Travel this long distance to the Philippines just to see me. Hi, Gino. Are your parents or your siblings still back in the US? Just curious. Regards to Dazel. It's pretty much just my sister now, in Houston. And again, she's a 68-year-old. She actually just had a replacement on her pacemaker. I just talked to her the other day. She's real happy. Everything went well with the replacement of her pacemaker. I guess they have a 10-year expiration, and she was at the 10-year expiration already. And she was telling me how high tech this new pacemaker is. She's got an app on her phone now, that monitors and everything. But I'm hoping to see my sister again next year because she plans on coming here to the Philippines again next year. Of course, heart surgery is no joke. She was telling me, it's like recovery is long, but I'm sure she'll recover, well. God bless you, brother. Thank you very much. Thank you. Horace. I think as you get older, we seek a simpler and slower lifestyle because we are darn tired to travel in the fast lane. I agree, brother. It's like Horace. For me, I just enjoy, man. It's like even when I wake up in the morning, my drinking my coffee, doing my stretching here before my morning walk, and then when I walk in the community, walk early. It's like usually before 6 and there's nobody out yet. A few people that are sweeping their front of their houses, but mostly birds. I hear the birds, then I can watch the sunrise. I'm just grateful when I do that. You just start feeling grateful about your life. It's like how things turn out, because I'm sure like everyone else like me, it's like there's times in our lives where we didn't think it would work out. we all have to go through hard times in our life. It's like 20 years in the military was not easy, was not an easy life. And then even living in the United States, the grind of working, stress at work, uh, just happy, just the feeling of gratefulness always hits me on my morning walks, because like, I just get to enjoy the rest of my life, know how matter how long what I have left, at least I get to enjoy it. And then, I have Leanna, I have Dazzle, I got to share it with somebody. And we always talk about you, Horace and Marie. That's why we were, I know you had mentioned to me, you don't know if you can retire, because you like your work, you like being active. But Dazzle and I always talk about how happy we are because Horace, you have Marie, and Marie, you have Horace. You guys are just like us, having that person makes big difference about your outlook and everything. When you have that person that's kind of like the one, or your love, it's like makes every day fun, makes every day fun. Good morning, Perla. Hey, my friends from Duarte, California, in Los Angeles County. Hey, Perla and Jonathan. Not crazy trying to scare you, Jim, but the cat cancer is crazy stuff. My wife's elder sister passed away 2 years ago from cancer, and she was only glad you're recovering. Oh yeah, man. It's like with cancer, it is what it is, man. It's like there's really no way around it. For me, it's like I live with it. It's like I'm still gonna enjoy my life. Nothing's guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed in life. So you just gotta enjoy each day, and I know that now. I know it's like I don't take any day for granted at all. Print 3D. Gino, you should look into vitamin B17 and cancer. Very promising that it may indeed help. All right, all right. I actually don't take any medication at all. Zero medication, man. And I've never taken any medication in my life. I take a multivitamin, and it's a gummy one because I have a hard time swallowing still from my chemo treatments and my radiation on my neck. So I have a hard time swallowing pills. So I have that gummy multivitamin that my friend Frank from Canada brought in for me. So I've never believed in medication or things like that. That's why I've always been happy that ever since from the time I left the military, my military days, before I got diagnosed with cancer at 56, I don't have any maintenance medication. I don't have issues with my blood pressure. I don't have issues with diabetes. I've always been healthy, man. I'm a runner. I've always run my whole life, and now I jog 5 kilometers. Still, I walk all the time. I work out in the gym. So I think I'm starting to feel like cancer's behind me, but I know it's got to get monitored. I have to monitor it every 6 months. I have to get my MRI, but I'm doing all I can to stay healthy, and thank you for the B17. I'll look into it. I'll look into it. I do take protein powder because when I got done with my treatments, I was down to like 119 pounds, and I lost a lot of muscle mass, but I'm gaining it back now. It's like I'm there. I'm really there. I mean, you guys can see, and I'm traveling. The ferry ride, that was my first travel outside of Panay Island. So now I feel like I can fly again. I can travel the Philippines again. Planning a trip to Singapore in April. So I'm back to normal. Back to normal. B17 can be found in apple, apricot, and peach seeds. All right, all right. Hey, I eat fruit. I eat a lot of fruit. Dazzle buys me a lot of fruit, and I always make smoothies. I add fruit to my morning cereal, my morning oatmeal. So I'm doing all I can to stay healthy, brother. I'm eating the right way. I don't drink. I don't smoke. So it's all good. It's all good. Mustang. Hey, Gino. This is David and Emily. All right, my friend David. All right, my fellow Mustang, man. David's got a smoking Mustang, man, in Ontario, Canada. I just came in from shoveling. Oh no, I know. Hey, David. David, Canada, of course. He got to be out there shoveling snow. He has to get up super early so he can shovel the snow for Emily. That way, Emily can just hop on her car and go to work. It's like he's a great husband. My good friend David. I'm watching and remembering how nice and warm. I know, brother. I mean, right now I'm not even sweating in here. Usually I sweat in here, but I got the windows open. Cloudy day. It's probably in the 80s. It's not as normally so hot. Minus 15 wind chill here. Whoa, minus 15. Man, I can't even imagine that. Wow, 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 David. That is cold, man. I don't even own a jacket anymore, David. I don't know if Dazzle and I go on one of these trips because I do wanted to take Dazzle somewhere here in Asia, like maybe in Japan or Korea during when they have snow, so she can experience that cold. So she'll know what cold feels like. You know, so when we do that, I have to buy a jacket. I don't. I have a raincoat that's really thin, like more like a windbreaker. But I no longer own a. It's been a long time since I owned a jacket. I left all my jackets when I left Tucson in 2011. Horace, Horace, all right. I think the best thing I like about retirement is not hearing that alarm. Oh yeah, Horace, man. Not having to look at that time, the alarm in the morning. You're gonna love that, man. It's like and I know you're a little worried. I know you're one like, and you're not alone. I've met people that they say, retirement wasn't for them because when they retired, there was nothing to do. But I don't think you'll have that problem because you got Marie with you. You got Marie to travel with, fishing. You got fishing. Um, you'll be all right, my brother. I know you'll have a good time in retirement. Plus, you got to visit me here in the Philippines, Horace. You got to take Marie here, and we have to go on a road trip here in the Philippines. And print 3D vitamin is not. In fact, it's only natural foods. All right, hey, I'm all about natural foods now. It's like I'll try anything natural. It's like if it's vegetable, if it's fruit, and I know it can help me, man. I'm willing to try. I'm willing to try. Marie said, "You got that right because as Dazzle and you live for each other, we do the same. So you better stay healthy." Oh, I am Horace. I'm feeling good, brother. I'm taking care of myself. It's like I'm always getting plenty of rest, eating healthy, exercising. I'm doing all I can because I want to live as long as I can and enjoy this life, with Dazzle, with Leanna. You know, I want to be there someday when Leanna's have her own kids, and you know, I want to live a long life, brother. So I'm doing all I can. And anything that's not good for me, I'm not doing. Everything is about staying healthy. Everything is about staying healthy. And that's what Dazzle and I were talking about, Horace, because you have Marie, Marie has you. So I know you won't have any problems in retirement because you guys have each other. We can sense it's the same. Your relationship with Marie is the same that the relationship that I have with Dazzle. And we've known that ever since we've known you guys. What do you think of Bacolod City, RG? I like Bacolod City. It's a good city, but if I had to compare Iloilo City and Bacolod City, Iloilo City is just better. Bacolod City, they're building condominiums. They're trying to build up, but it's an older city. It feels more older. Um, their progress is slower. I mean, Iloilo City is just moving by leaps and bounds. The road construction, sidewalks, how clean it is. it's a well-planned city, Iloilo City. We're in Bacolod, it's not as well-planned. A lot of congestion. Traffic is not handled as well as in Iloilo City. But it's a good city. I mean, Dazzle and I go over there a lot. We like Ida's Chicken and Salad. We like going there outside the city, like Mambucal Hot Springs, and then Campestuhan. We like visiting that area. From what I've seen, I'm pretty impressed. Hey, if you like Bacolod City, man, go for it, go for it. And but I'm just thinking, if I had a choice, if you had to ask me, if I, between Iloilo City and Bacolod City, I would pick Iloilo City, just because to me it's a better city. That's why I always tell people it's um, the best landing spot as if you're looking for a city. Is Iloilo City. Jumpy, when I get to work and it's around freezing, I'll tell my workers it's 80 degrees in Caliba. That's funny. That's funny, Jumpy. That's funny. It is, man. I mean, 80 is actually cool in Calibo, man, because for most of the year, Calibo's in the 90s, and during the summer, it's like in the hundreds, you know. But I know you appreciate it more when you're living in like a freezing temperatures, because like my friend David in Ontario, Canada, it's like he's messaging me and it's telling me he's got to shovel snow again. He's got to clear snow again. And I remember that, because when I was in Japan at Misawa Airport, northern Japan, 6 months out of the year, it would snow. And I remember shoveling snow, scraping the ice on the car. It could get, after doing it, week after week, month after month, it gets old. It gets old. Plus, you got to get dressed. You got to put on that parka. You got to put on gloves, boots. And then you have to be careful walking because it's slippery outside. AKA AAK. Gino, I'm bugging out now. Wife and I are going to hang out now. I'll try to get on during your night. All right. Hey, Adam. Appreciate it, brother. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out, brother. Gary Beerboy. All right. Hey, that's cool, man. Sergeant USA. Daniel, collagen peptide. I've heard about that collagen peptide, man. All right, man. I got it on the live stream here. I'm gonna do a little bit of research on that, Daniel. Like I said, man, anything to help me with my health. I'm all for it. I'm willing to try anything, man. All right, let me look just my notes because I want to make sure I discuss everything I wanted to discuss. I talked about Iloilo. I talked about Bacolod. I talked about the Jollibee, the opening of lights. That was fun. Oh, Ati-Atihan, last night because we were doing, they had the Ati-Atihan bands, the Numancia bands, the local bands, I was like, man, Ati-Atihan is just right around the corner because the first events for Ati-Atihan is January 10th. They got like a bike rally. It's like a motor car show. They got a fun run. That starts like January 10, right after New Year. So before we know it, it'll be like Ati-Atihan. It's like holiday season, fun times, opening of lights, fireworks. Then New Year, same thing, fireworks. And then all of a sudden, it's like a 10-day festival here in Calibo. So it's like it's a happening time. December and January is like a happening time here in our province. Oh, I just wanted to mention HD, man. I love the videos, man. Dazzle and I, we've been watching the videos that you made in California. We enjoyed that, man. Our the displays here in our neighborhood doesn't even come close to what you guys have in California. Lower budget, it's like we can't afford all those lights, man. Plus, electricity is expensive in the Philippines, brother. So Those are a lot better, but I'll still film. Like I know they have a nice light display in the front of our entrance, and some houses, they may, but not. It's not like what you're showing, man. You're showing like, I mean, your neighborhood is just like all lighted up for Christmas. All right, I think I hit everything there. Uh, so I'm good. I hit all the notes that I have. And then, so we'll just finish it off here. Let me see here. Hopefully, you can get it at SNR. Got over half, 50% off. I did, when I was at SNR, I actually did a video while I was at SNR. I was looking at some of their the vitamins there. But again, because like I have a hard time swallowing pills, so I like getting like the gummy because I could chew it. I could chew it. Have you? I haven't, that testosterone replace. I don't think I have any issues with testosterone or anything. It's like the only issue I had. I went to cancer treatments, and when you go to like chemo and when you go to radiation therapy, unfortunately, there's side effects that last a long time and sometimes permanent. And I understood that. Going into my treatments that my oncologist explained that to me that when you have like radiation therapy on your neck, there's just like my salivary glands still aren't working properly. I always have to take a sip of water because I get dry mouth, and then swallowing, and even my voice. I know my voice is a little different now, but hey, man, I'll take it. I'm alive. That's I'll go through the same treatments again. Just to be alive. I'm just thankful that I'm cancer free now. That I've had 3 MRIs that were clear of cancer. So I'm just praying and hoping that it continues. Hey Brian, all right, man. Appreciate you, Brian, coming online, man. And I saw your message, Brian. I'll answer as soon as I close this live stream. All right, looks like that's the all right, HD. Thanks for your time, Gino. Wish you Dazzle and have a wonderful. All right, thank you, brother. It's like and then next week is only the 20th, so we'll continue the live stream since it's not hitting the Christmas day, so I'll continue. Oh, I understand, Horace. Southern Cal traffic, man. I remember, man. All right, all right. Thank you, Horace and Marie. Appreciate you coming online. All right, thanks, Fat Brian. All right. I'm gonna end the live stream here. Thank you, everyone, for joining the live stream. Appreciate it. Appreciate everyone's support. Daniel, thank you very much for the $50. Appreciate it, brother. Hope everybody has a good holiday season. I know sometimes holiday season in the U.S. can get stressful, but don't forget, the holiday season is about loving our family, our friends. If you have like disagreements with people, maybe it's the time of the year to mend defenses. It's like this is the time. To me, it's just to be grateful and happy. All right, all right. Print 3D. All right, okay. Take care, everyone. See you next week on the next live stream. Thank you very much for joining us on this live stream. All right, Frankilla. All right.